Good evening from Philadelphia and the city of brotherly love. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And here on South Broad Street, Jay, the spectrum used to reverberate. You can say the same now for Wells Fargo Center.
And you know what, Ed? All you need is a little bit of patience and a couple of top NBA draft picks, and you find guys like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid that will forever change the face of your franchise.
These days, it feels like 1983 in South Philly. The opening tip won by the Sixers, and we're underway here in Philadelphia. To Embiid, great feed. Cruises inside for two.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Into the front court comes Simmons. He'll run the offense. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
No. See, this is where I lose my mind. If you have that height, you got to throw that one down with authority. Send a message.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Philadelphia with the basketball. Simmons to Embiid. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Holiday. Layup goes down. Well done.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Simmons with it. They trail by one. Almost. And he's not getting the call. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Nice finish at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Simmons to Paul George. For three. Not getting the bounce. To Beasley. Count the basket inside.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
To Simmons. Paul George. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Paul George. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change.
Oh, ferocious slam inside. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
And they called a foul. Jay, he was there too late.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Knocks down the first. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Ball into the front court. up by 6. Easy path to the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Knocked loose. Sixers have the basketball. George. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First one, count it. And he makes them both. Goes to the left side. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Paul George. He's now 4 for 6.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Simmons. It's PG for 2. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Paul George to Simmons. Brandon Ingram with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
It goes down.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Tristan Thompson able to recover with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line.
Defense, let's go.
To Holiday. Nice pass to get things going.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
George. No, not a good pass as the Pelicans come up with it. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Paul George trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Oh, he can't connect. And scores. Strong take.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
To George. From the outside, no good. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Offensive and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Whoa, what a finish. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The Pelicans own a sizable lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. New Orleans has it. Ball. For three. Can't get the bounce. Curling inside. And counted at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Lonzo with it. His team leads it by 10. Holiday to Ball. And a nice finish at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Brunson. Here comes the screen. To Paul George. Short jumper off the mark. Holiday in possession. Lead is 12. Finish that. George off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Jerebko, tough matchup against George. Good look that time, but off the mark. And the basket good at the rim.
I'd say his game is translating to the league just fine.
The Pelicans will take the timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line. count the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Grayson Allen to Embiid. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. To Beasley. Tobias Harris rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Brunson to Simmons. And a throwdown.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Pelicans basketball. Ah, the monster stuff. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. To Allen. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Runner's good there.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
To Allen. Grayson Allen powers it through.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
And count the basket inside.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Brunson. Ah, can't miss those.
I missed it.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Nothing going here on that drive. Cleans it up. Joel Embiid sends it away. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Tobias Harris. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good. A 3-point play as they move in front here just before the break. Here's Simmons with it up top. Looking to make something happen.
I got ball. This is all me.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. One free throw good, so he converts on the 3-point play. And the lead down to 11.
Be alert. Be alert. Here it comes. Be alert. Got it. Jump.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Simmons into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Oh, nice find for the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And stuffs it home.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball,
Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. First half in the books. The Pelicans in front.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Pelicans have themselves a narrow lead. For them to get the lead, I see it happening with their transition game. These are the guys getting buckets for the New Orleans Pelicans. The 76ers are still very much in this matchup. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
and it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Simmons to Allen. Simmons driving right to the basket. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos in the traffic before the pass even occurs? That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Sixers control it. Gets it in the left corner. Grayson Allen to Embiid. Shot from the lane won't go. And finishes strong.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Simmons to George. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect. Paul George to Allen. Simmons. That's rebounded by New Orleans. And look out. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
To Beasley. Lonzo Ball. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5. Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Simmons to Paul George. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
Oh, emphatic slam.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Oh, Ben Simmons. Now 3 for 9.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. To Tobias Harris. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Here comes the screen. Holiday. Throws it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here we go.
Brunson to Tobias Harris. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Brunson. George. Ingram right there for the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
To Brunson. Here comes the screen. Brunson. Harris. He was hacked. They let it go. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Sixers call for time as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Tristan Thompson snatching it out of the air. And they pounce. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Got it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Brunson. Takes stock of the floor. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Stuffs it down with authority.
These are missed opportunities. When a guy puts his head down, the help defender closest to the ball, you need to get your hand and scrape inside there. If he has his head down, he can't see you coming from the blind side.
And he throws it down. Al Horford showing off all the moves. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
It's good. And one.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot. Desperation shot here from half court. That's the end of the quarter. It's been all Pelicans so far. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. George to Tobias Harris. Paul George. Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Sixers have the basketball. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Thompson. And scores.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Count the bucket for 2.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Holiday. He gets it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper stays out.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Add one more to his total. Terrific vision. Can't connect from inside. Pelicans have the rebound. Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Horford. Blocked away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get...
Stuffs it down with authority.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia to Tobias Harris. Grayson Allen powers it through.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Cashes in for two.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Brunson to George. Not that time. Shot from the lane won't go.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Grayson Allen to Embiid. Deep left corner. Wide open look, won't go. Count it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Simmons with it. His guys down big. To Allen. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
George to Simmons. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Paul George tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Can slam it down. Embiid, great pass to set it up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Paul George to Tobias Harris. Joel Embiid looking good, 4 for 5.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Count the basket at the rim.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
George to Simmons. The jumper's off the mark. Tobias Harris swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Sixers control it to Simmons. George, he's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
Slams it down. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Whistle stops play. Timeout, New Orleans. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Jonah Bolden, huge block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Strong finish for Paul George.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
It's a big finish. And a chance coming up at the line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming, shooting 66% in this contest. First one goes down. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. It's the Pelicans who come away with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pelicans got themselves a win here today. These guys did so much running and scoring in transition, I got tired just watching them. They ran the break with perfection and used it not only to score, but to tire out the defense. Check out the leading scores for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Game track. Fast break points. Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game.
Who was called?
Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose.